Okay, so we are continuing our discussion of 4-3. We talked about parallel lines last time. Now we're moving on to perpendicular lines. Again, some of this can be really challenging, so I would suggest that you use that note card. Remember, you are allowed one note card for any of the quizzes that we take, any of the tests that we take. You are allowed a note card. So make sure that if you don't have a note card, go ahead and get one. Write stuff down that you don't think you'll know, or if you're one of those people that wants to write everything down at the end, you can do that as well. So, parallel lines. Remind me a little bit about parallel lines. What do we know about their slopes?
Parallel lines are the same length. They're equal.
The slopes are equal.
Yeah.
The slopes are equal, and they never
Cross.
and they never intersect, right? So, yeah, good things. So, parallel lines never intersect, and they have the same slope. So perpendicular lines, it says two lines in the same plane that intersect to form right angles are perpendicular lines. So unlike parallel lines, they do intersect. They intersect at a right angle, so they make that L shape. And non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if their slopes are negative or opposite reciprocals. So what's a reciprocal? Remember? A reciprocal is when you flip something. So for example, what is the reciprocal of 2? 1 over 2. So if the reciprocal of 2 is 1 over 2, what would the opposite reciprocal of 2 be? Negative 1 over 2. Yeah. So all that means is when you have that negative in front of it, or the opposite in front of it, that just means change the sign. So for example, if you have negative 1/2, what's the opposite reciprocal? Positive 2. Yeah. If you have negative 4, what's the opposite reciprocal? 1, positive 1/4. Does that make sense? So the point of that is to say that all our perpendicular lines have these opposite reciprocal slopes. So for example, if I had y equals 2x plus 4, something perpendicular to that would be a line that has what slope? Yeah, negative 1/2 x plus whatever. Unless I wanted to go through a certain point, then I have to figure out what this whatever will be. Does that make sense? So I'm not telling you I wanted to go through a specific point, so I can replace that with any number really. And then these two things will be perpendicular. Yeah? Questions on perpendicular lines? Yeah. Or you can watch the video, either one. And we will get a break too. So in order to solve a problem like this, we need to make sure they're all in slope-intercept form. What slope-intercept form? Yeah, y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to solve for y on line b. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Subtract x, subtract x. I get 4y equals 3 minus x. And then what do I do to solve for y? Divide by 4. So I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides of my equation. So I have y equals, starting with the x, what do I have? You can always, whenever you see something like this, when you see addition or subtraction in the top, you can always split it up into 2. Remember that? You can split it up into 2 fractions. So y equals negative 1/4 x plus, what do you think? Yeah, plus 3/4. So are A and B perpendicular? Are A and B perpendicular? Yeah. Why would they be? Yeah, you have 4 for line A as your slope, right? And you have 1/4 aren't those opposite reciprocals? Yeah? So what you would say, remember the bars meant that they were parallel. So for example, I would say A is parallel to B, I would write it like this. Okay, but we're not looking at parallel. We're looking at perpendicular. The symbol for that is an upside down T. A is perpendicular to B. Now we're going to have to look at C. So what do I do to solve for y for letter C? Y and C. I add what? 2x to both sides. Add 2x. Add 2x. Negative 8y equals, let's just write 2x plus 16. Now what do I do? Divide by negative 8. Okay, now knowing that I can split up that fraction whenever I have addition or subtraction on the top of the numerator, what am I going to say y is equal to? Negative 1, so not 1/2, 1/4. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 8 4 times. 1/4 x minus what? Minus 2. 16 divided by negative 8 is 8. Does that make sense what I'm doing when I'm dividing those things? Do you have any questions about that before we decide if it's perpendicular? Is it perpendicular? To which one? To A. Now, if you want to say that things are not perpendicular, like C and B, you would say B is not perpendicular to C. Just cross it out. Do you have any questions about that? You know how to do it? You know what I'm doing? You know where I came up with everything? So if you were to have a quiz to ask you to do something like this, do you feel like you would personally get lost? Okay. If you do feel like that, then at least write an example on your notebook. Okay. One more slide, we'll take a break. Alright, this says write an equation of a line that passes through negative 3, 1, and is perpendicular to y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, so what does the slope have to be for the line to be perpendicular? Not 1/2, because then it would be what? Parallel, right? It would have to be negative what? Nope, not negative 3. Nope. Negative 2. So you have to look at the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2, and then do the opposite sign. Okay. Now we've seen questions like this before. Do you remember what to do to find the equation? Yeah, so we start with y equals mx plus b. What do I plug in for y? 1, 1. What do I plug in for m this time? Negative 2. Remember, for parallel, we plug in the same thing. Perpendicular, we plug in negative 2. So that's the only difference there. What do I plug in for x? Negative 3, and then I'm solving for b. So that's nothing different, yeah? It's just more practice on what we did. So 1 equals 6 plus b. Subtract 6, so b equals?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Negative 5 equals b. So what's my equation of the line that's perpendicular? Y equals? Y equals negative 2x minus 5. What questions do you have about that? Any? Do you know where I came up with y equals mx plus b, where I came up with negative 2? Why did I choose negative 2 again? It's because it's the reciprocal, right? You flip it. Yeah. So 1/2. If I want to look at something perpendicular, I look at 2, and then it's opposite reciprocal. Is that good or is it gobbledygook? Yeah. Gobbledygook. Yeah. Should have said that. All right. So if you're watching this on the tube of you. Number 3 and 4, the answer for 3 is y equals negative 1/3 x minus 1/2. If you don't understand what happened here, I'm always available at lunch or after school or before school, or leave a comment. And b is y equals 3x minus 8, c is y equals 3x minus 3/2. So a is perpendicular to b, a is also perpendicular to c. And then number 4, y equals 1/3 x plus 6. Okay. Homework, if you're not here. Oops, just kidding. Oh, I didn't give you homework. Let me give you homework. Here's your homework, 13 to 21 odd, page 191.